Good morning, everyone. This is Prajwal R from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss about how to construct a predictive parsing table using the given grammar. First, let us know what predictive parser is. Predictive parser is a recursive descent parser which has the capability to predict which production is to be used to replace the input stream. The algorithm to construct the predictive parser table. Step 1. First, check all the essential conditions mentioned above and go to step 2. Step 2. Calculate first and follow for all non-terminals. First, if there is a variable and from that variable, if we try to drive all the strings, then the beginning terminal symbol is called the first. Follow. What is the terminal symbol which follows a variable in the process of derivation? Next, the step 3 is for each production A tends to alpha. Find first of alpha for each terminal in first of alpha. Make entry A tends to alpha in the table. If first of alpha contains epsilon as terminal, then find the follow of A, and for each terminal in follow of A, make entry A of epsilon in the table. If the first of alpha contains epsilon and follow of A contains a $ as terminal, then make entry A tends to epsilon in the table for the $. Now, let us derive first for this grammar. Okay, let us consider with the non-terminal F. The non-terminal F consists of two productions, ID and opening parenthesis E, closing parenthesis. For the first production, the first of F is ID. And for the second production, the first of F is opening parenthesis. So first of F is ID, comma, opening parenthesis. Next, let us consider a T dash. The first of T dash also consists of two productions, star, F, T dash, and epsilon. So the first of T dash is epsilon, and star. Next, let us consider T. The first of T, here we do not have any terminals in the productions. So for according to the first, if it consists of a non-terminal, then we consider first of the non-terminal. So first of T is non-terminal is first of F. So first of T is equals to first of F. First of F is ID, comma, opening parenthesis, which we derived in the earlier step. Next, first of E dash. Next, let us consider first of E dash. First of E dash is equals to, it also consists of two productions plus T E dash and epsilon. So for the first production, we have plus as the first, and for the second production, we have epsilon as first. So first of E dash is plus, comma, epsilon. Next, for the next symbol, it is E. For the first of E, it consists of a T and E dash. It consists of a non-terminal as the starting. So let us consider first of T. First of E is equals to first of T. First of T is ID, comma, opening parenthesis, which we derived in the earlier step. So now we derived all the first of the non-terminal. Next, let us find the derivation of follow. For the derivation of follow, we are going to require the first of all the non-terminals. Let us consider the non-terminal E. For follow of E, let us check on the right hand side of all the grammar if it consists the non-terminal E. Here, the grammars which consist the non-terminal E are in this production. Follow of E is followed by closing parenthesis. We have considered E as the starting symbol for the follow. So for start symbol in the follow set, the $ symbol will always be the $ represents the starting symbol of the grammar. So dollar sign, comma, E is followed by closing parenthesis. So we write dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. So follow of E is equals to dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Next, let us consider E dash. So the follow of E dash on the right hand side of the productions, E dash is present in this production and in this production. So in this production, it is followed by E itself. So follow of E dash is equals to follow of E. Follow of E is dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Next non-terminal is T. The non-terminal for the follow of T, let us consider the productions where T is present, which is in this production. In this production, it is followed by E dash. So it is followed by a non-terminal. So if it is followed by a non-terminal, then we consider the first of this non-terminal. So the first of E dash is plus and epsilon. The first of E dash is plus and epsilon. Since it consists an epsilon, let us if E dash is epsilon, then the first will be T. The T is followed by E, which means E, we should consider follow of E, or follow of E. We should consider follow of E dash. So we get plus of dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Next non-terminal we consider is T dash. Follow of T dash is equals to, so T dash is present in these productions, where in this production and this production. So follow of T dash is followed by T itself. So we consider follow of T dash is equals to follow of T. Follow of T is plus comma dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. So follow of T dash is equals to plus comma dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Next non-terminal is F. F is equals F. So the F is present in this production. So we get follow of it, and it is followed by a non-terminal T dash. So we consider first of T dash. So follow of F is equals to first of T dash. First of T dash is star, comma, epsilon. So when we consider first of T dash star, comma, epsilon, when T dash is epsilon, it consists of two productions, ft dash and star ft dash. If T dash is epsilon, then F is followed by T. Then in this production, if T dash is epsilon, then F is followed by T dash. So we consider star, comma, follow of T union follow of T dash. So follow of T is plus, comma, dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Then follow of T dash is plus, comma, dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. So follow of F is star, comma, plus, comma, dollar sign, comma, closing parenthesis. Now we derive all the follow for all the non-terminals. Now we have derived all the first and follow for the non-terminals. So now let us construct the predictive parsing table. So in the predictive parsing table, it consists of all the non-terminals as the rows and all the terminals which are present as the columns. And the dollar sign, which represents the starting symbol, is also considered as a column. Now let us construct the predictive parsing table. For constructing the predictive parsing table, let us take the first production, which is E. E tends to T E dash, which has the first of ID, comma, opening parenthesis. Now let us place this production in ID column and opening parenthesis column. This means that the ID E of ID can next production we are going to consider is E dash of t plus t of e dash, or and the next production is e dash tends to epsilon. Now e dash of plus of e dash, the first of e dash is plus comma epsilon. So let us place the production e dash in plus column. So we are placing it in the plus column, and the next first of e dash is epsilon, which means that let us place e dash. If it consists of epsilon in the first, then we consider follow. Because epsilon is not a terminal, so we consider follow if the first consists of an epsilon. So we place e dash tends to epsilon in dollar sign and closing parenthesis. Next production is t tends to f of t dash. T tends to f of t dash. The first of t is id comma opening parenthesis. So we place this production in id column and opening parenthesis column, and the remaining all columns will be empty, which means that these cannot access this production. The next non-terminal is t dash. So t dash tends to star f of t dash and epsilon. So the first of t dash is star comma epsilon. Let us place t dash tends to star f t dash in the star column first, and then the first consists of epsilon. So if it consists of an epsilon, then we must consider follow. The follow consists of plus dollar sign and closing parenthesis. So now we place t dash tends to epsilon in closing parenthesis plus and dollar sign. And the next grammar and the next production we are going to consider is f tends to id or opening parenthesis e and closing parenthesis. So the first of f is id comma opening parenthesis. So we place this production in the id column and then in the opening parenthesis column. This is how we are going to construct the predictive parser using the grammar. First, we are going to derive the first of the non-terminals, and then we derive the follow of the non-terminals, and then we are going to compare, and then we are going to place the productions based on the first and the rules of the predictive parser table. Thank you.